Hi parents, I'm here to talk to you today about push-ups. And push-ups is really, it's one of the best ways to exercise not just the check or the pectorals and the arms or the triceps and the back of the upper arms, but also to exercise the whole body, because it's really a whole body, full integration exercise when you do it properly according to World War II standards. And a little bit about pushing. Pushing is actually one of those very important survival skills that was taught in classical physical education, along with hanging and rolling and running and swimming and jumping and other like basic fundamental locomotor activities. So the ability to push and also to push with strength is of critical importance. I posted a video on the way to do a push-up according to World War II military standards, and I think that's critical if you want real strength gains without exposing the shoulders for risk. That's a great way to do your push-up technique. However, most of the people, and even the grown men and women that I've worked with in my career, cannot do one proper military-grade push-up from the 1940s. No fear, let's regress. Regress means to make it easier. So I want you to pay attention to the video I'm posting about push-up regressions and progressions. So we're going to have a number of different versions of push-ups here, from doing it on a vertical wall, which I've had grown men do push-ups like that because they just didn't have the strength to do any other type of push-up. We can also do push-ups on benches or boxes or other objects around the house or in your yard that are safe and not going to be moving under the force of your body. I'm also going to demonstrate a knee push-up, which is not a girl push-up, it's just a shorter lever. The push-ups are done in the knees but with the same spinal alignment, and also show you what's called a negative push-up, which was something they used at West Point Military Academy when the women first started attending in the modern era and weren't quite prepared for the push-up standards and some of the other standards that were already in place. Women are completely capable of doing full-on military-grade push-ups, and in fact in the 1950s, Bonnie Pruden had her women doing complete reset push-ups, which means you go all the way to the ground, put your hands in the small of your back, so now your body is resting on the ground with full gravity compression, and then a complete new takeoff every single rep, which those are much more difficult. So there's a lot of different versions of push-ups. It's extremely important to work your way up from the easy to the more difficult. And so often, I'm speaking to parents now about safety of movement. So often, especially in physical education classes, even at the elementary level, you see physical education teachers that do not have the proper exercise science training mandate to their children or students that they should be doing 10 or 20 push-ups when the children clearly cannot do one single rep of one proper full grade push-up. And so this is why the regressions, the easier versions of the push-ups, are absolutely essential, not just for mastery of movement one step at a time in increments, but also the safety of movement, to not expose the children to undue risk from injury from basically what has come down to physical illiteracy, even in the physical education instructors themselves. So pay attention to that. I think it's very, very important. It's directed at parents and children, but really if I'm working with adults or even military people, the progressions, regressions are the same. Earn the right to train. Know number 1 before you speed ahead to number 10. And that's super, super important. It doesn't just apply to push-ups, it applies to all kinds of training.